So as I was writing the sermon, I always sort of sort through my files and see if I can find poems or whatever that go along with it that appeal to me. And I found something that I wrote at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to read it because it feels so true. Life is so confusing. We try to be good people, but we fall short. We get mad, we say hurtful words, we harm ourselves by non-loving or thoughtless acts. We grasp, we defend, we attack by defending. We are bombarded with message that we should be more than we are. Younger, less wrinkled, thinner, kinder, more energetic and efficient, better at our jobs, wealthier. We should eat organic. Fast, juice, run, walk, do yoga, meditate, read whatever is coming from the latest guru, go to church, follow the rules, loosen up, be less selfish, get more things done, rest more, be more giving, do more self-care, spend, save, live in today, plan for the future, and for heaven's sake, be grateful and happy. It's a tall order. So there are a couple of things in that song that I just sang that I don't really agree with. That is easy to achieve has not been true in my experience. And I would say that in all of the people I have spoken to in line after church or in spiritual counseling or whatever over the many years, the number one impediment to the spiritual path is a feeling of unworthiness that each of us carries inside us to a greater or lesser degree. And to the greater degree that we can that we can get rid of that feeling of unworthiness, that we can start to feel worthy, to whatever degree that happens, that is the degree to which we can love the world as well. It really is true that I have to love myself so much so I can love you so much, that you can love you so much so you can start loving me. That's the way it works. And we want to hear it from someone else. And that's okay. It's okay to hear it from someone else. It's great to hear I love you from someone else. But when's the last time you said it to yourself? Besides in the songs we just sang. So we talked last week about teaching only love, which has been a motto of this church for 40 years that I know of. Teaching only love. We learned last week that the only way to teach love is to be an example of love. You have to love. That's all you have to do is love people. You can't go, here's the instructions for love. First do this, then do this, right? If you want people to learn to love, then you love them. You are a model of love in the world. The same is true for self-love. If you're not modeling self-love, if you're modeling self-denigration, if you're modeling being hard on yourself, if you're modeling all that, then you are going to make an impression upon the world in that way, in that particular way. And yes, it's hard to model. But here's the thing. If you're going to love others, what do? You act in loving ways. You speak in a loving tone of voice. You speak loving words. You are gentle. You are respectful. You give care and attention. You give your compassion, your forgiveness, your givingness, right? That's how you love others. That is also exactly how you love yourself. Exactly. Act in loving ways. Speak love to yourself. Speak in a tone of voice that is loving. And I'm not necessarily talking about speaking out loud. You know what that voice is in your head. This is, oh, you're so stupid. Don't. It happens. We can't prevent. Wait a minute. Who are you talking to here? If you would never talk to your best friend that way, then don't talk to yourself that way. That's a really good, when you have an awareness that you've spoken to yourself in a way that is not loving, think, if my best friend had just done the thing that I did, what would I say to him or her? It's okay. There's plenty of chances. There's no hurry. Everything's fine. So what? What would you say? Say that to yourself. Be gentle and respectful. You would never dream of disrespecting even a stranger, perhaps, and yet you can be disrespectful of yourself. Give yourself care and attention and compassion. Seriously, give yourself compassion. I'm working on this because I'm in a place right now in my life, just with the stuff going on. It's really hard, and there's a lot of stuff I have to do that I don't know how to do, that I don't want to do, that I don't have any choice in, however, and that is exhausting. And it frustrates me that I don't really know how to do it. I like to do things I'm already good at. and I have to continually give myself compassion. You don't know how to do that because you haven't learned. Here's your opportunity to learn, and God willing, you'll never have to use it again, but at least you'll have learned how, you know? Compassion for self. Give yourself a break. Forgive yourself. You would never think of not forgiving your best friend for doing just silly, stupid stuff. And yet we can hold those things against ourselves for years and years and years. What if you just say, you know what? I forgive you. Melinda, I forgive you. That was a really boneheaded move, and it's okay because guess what? You are human. I forgive you. Can you say that to yourself? I forgive me. Just say that out loud. I forgive me. Maybe make a habit of saying that out loud when you realize you've done something that you didn't really want to do or said something you didn't really want to say. Oops! I forgive me. I forgive me. Stop shooting on yourself. We do that. You should. That's what I do. I should be more spiritual in this by now. I shouldn't be so frustrated with what's going on. I shouldn't feel anger. I shouldn't. And then I realize, you know what? And I'll get over it. I'm not going to keep it as a resentment and nurse it in my heart forever, but it's okay for me to get angry. I forgive you, Melinda. I forgive you. It's okay. So the key to this is to be aware, because we speak to ourselves in voices that we don't even pay attention to consciously all the time, but our subconscious is taking it in. And so bringing it into our conscious awareness, when you are saying something to yourself or doing something to yourself that is unloving, try to just set your mind. I want to catch it when I do that. I want to be more aware. God, help me be more aware. Get up in the morning and say, I want to love myself today. Help me be more aware of the times when I'm not loving myself. And when you get that awareness, if it's once a week or if it's once a day or if it's 20 times a day, when you get the awareness, take a deep breath. Decide what you would say if you were talking to someone and loved. And say that to yourself. Because how do you get good at loving yourself? You practice. You practice. You can't go, oh, I wish I loved myself, but oh well, here I am doing this thing again. You have to let that awareness lead you into a practice that serves you. And I don't know about you, but I was taught, love your neighbor more than yourself. That's not the words that were spoken, but that was the connotation given. You are being selfish if you treat yourself exactly the same. You got to back off. Let them have it. Hold back. Love your neighbor as yourself, not more than, and not less than, as yourself. And I love that because really your neighbor is yourself. So guess what? When you're putting yourself down, you're putting your neighbors down. We are one. When you're putting yourself down, you're saying, God, if I had made me, I would have done a better job of it. Are you putting God down? Think about that for a minute. And the other thing is, get to know yourself. If you want to love someone, if you want to make a friend, if you want to deepen your relationship with someone, then you take the time to get to know them. Is it possible that you are so busy in your busy life that you don't pay much attention to yourself? That your attention is always focused on something else? And the minute you get quiet enough that it's not focused on something else, you go into a panic and you read a book or you play a game or you turn the TV on. Because I don't know if I want to spend that much time with me. Take a moment and breathe and spend some time with you. And maybe say, I'd like to get to know me a little better. Some people say I'm not such a bad person. Some people really like me. Why wouldn't I? Get to know yourself. Get to know the deepest, darkest parts of you and greet them with tenderness. Ah, Melinda, that wasn't your best moment. And I'm sorry that you had to live through that. And I forgive you. And we'll do better. Because now I'm too. We'll do better. Too often we greet those thoughts with contempt or fear. And label your idiosyncrasies just that. Just a quirk that makes you you instead of something that makes me different from everybody else and I don't like how I stand out when I do this or that or am this or that or look like this or that. Start loving yourself not in spite of that, but for that. What if you were made exactly the way you are? Exactly the way you are, on purpose. What if there are no mistakes in the universe? That's really what I believe. There are no mistakes. That leaves us with a lot of stuff to deal with. It doesn't look good. I'll grant you that. But I don't think the universe makes mistakes. So, Gandhi said that true happiness is when what you believe, say, and do are in alignment with one another. Right? What you believe, what you say, and what you do are all the same. That's called integrity. Same word as integration. You have integrated these things. You're all three of those. That's where your happiness comes from. A gap between any of those is, that's the gap, right? If you've ever been on a tube in London, every time the doors open, it says, mind the gap. Mind the gap. And I thought, there's a metaphysical lesson there. There really is. Mind the gap. What's the gap between what I say I believe and how I act? If I say I believe I'm worthy and I treat myself as unworthy, then there's a gap and I won't be happy. I'll be living in that gap. So there's this personal gap that we have when we're not perfect and we want to be, and we punish ourselves when we're not perfect. And we expect others to agree. We expect others to treat us the way we treat ourselves. And so we go around in the world thinking that people aren't treating us very well, and perhaps they're picking up their cues from us about how to treat us. We do teach other people how to treat us. So how can you close that personal gap? And I want to talk for just a second about love versus self-esteem. Self-esteem gets talked about a lot. And yes, we need to have self-esteem. And I think the way to raise your self-esteem is to begin to do esteemable things. Right? If you're doing stuff that's not respectful, that's not esteemable, then you probably won't have great self-esteem. But if you start to act in ways that are esteemable, your self-esteem will come up. Self-esteem comes from what you do. But self-love comes from who you are, right? You can have low self-esteem and realize that you're perfectly worthy and lovable. Once you realize you're perfectly worthy and lovable, then you will start to act from that place. I love myself so much that I can love you so much. It just happens automatically. You don't have to make it happen. You love yourself and the esteemable acts follow. But who are you? So in Unity, we have these 5 principles that tell us who we are. One is that God is the source and creator of all. that there is no other enduring power, that God is present everywhere. So where's the gap? If I speak or act from fear or contempt, then I deny that love is the greatest power. I'm saying love isn't the greatest power because I believe in this other thing. If you believe that love is the greatest power, then you start to close that gap by bringing that belief into your awareness and letting it inform your words and actions. Number 2, we are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. What? That God that we have decided in some way is love. I've decided. That's a choice I made in my life. I choose to believe that the word God just means love to me. And that love, that God, lives in me and in you. And if I'm acting in a way that is not taking care of myself or taking care of you, then I am actually saying, I don't believe that. And so I have to bring that belief into my awareness and start to align my words and actions with that belief. We create our life experiences, number 3, through our way of thinking. So if we think that we can continue to think all of the negative stuff we've already thought and have something happen that is different, we are wrong. If you want to change your life, change your thinking. There's a whole 7.5, 8 billion people that are using their thoughts to create a world, and we inhabit the same one. But your experience of what happens is changed by your thoughts toward it. Absolutely. If you see something as a punishment, why is this happening to me? Then you will feel punished. If you choose to see something as an obstacle, you will feel frustrated. If you choose to see something as an opportunity, then you will start to open and see more possibilities in it than just that you're being punished. You're a victim. Number 4 is that there's power in affirmative prayer because it increases our awareness of God. So that's all of these. We say start bringing your belief into your awareness so that it can start to inform your actions. Here's how to do it. Prayer, affirmation. I believe that God is love, and I will live this day as if I believe that God is love. I will make my choices from the idea that God is love. Thinking about praying is not praying, just so you know. I'm going to pray that. I'm going to pray just that. And then we go on. Well, thinking I'm going to pray that isn't the same as actually praying that. Praying that takes a little bit of time. So give yourself a little bit of time. It's a beautiful way to love yourself. It's the way we love others. We give them our time. Love yourself by giving yourself your own time. And principle 5 is that knowledge is not enough. We have to put our feet to our prayers. So we can believe all these things, but then we have to speak and act from those beliefs. And if you're not acting from a belief that you espouse, consciously change the words and actions to match your belief. And maybe, if your words and actions still don't change, you need to take a look at the belief. Do you really believe that God is love? Do you really believe that that love is within you and that you have access to it? Do you really believe that the way you choose to approach your life has a lot to do with how life approaches you? And if you ask that question and go, maybe I don't really believe that, then maybe we start with the belief. That's where you go. But still, that affirmation, I will act as if God is love today. I will act as if the very love of God resides within me today. Today. And then I will love myself so much that I can start loving you so much that you get the message and you start loving you so much that you can't help but love everybody else, including me. Thank you. And now we're going to hear a song from Justin. Woo! Oops. I'm singing on it too. I forgot.
Just getting those reading glasses in order. Clark Kent?
Good morning, evening. Good morning, evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster, could change your joy and laughter to tears and pain. 'Cause you know that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Heads go round, breaking any heart. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far.
Mine's not either.
The force of evil plans to make you its possession, and it will, if we let it, destroy everybody. We all must take precautionary measures. If you love and treasure, then you'll hear me when I say, oh, oh yeah, love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Hates go round, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Oh, yeah. Love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send it in right away. 'Cause you know that love's go round, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Oh, you know that hates go round, break breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it goes too far.
Justin Williams.
Yeah. Okay, now after that, we're going to go into a brief meditation. So take a deep breath and just find that love that you were just feeling, that you were just showing to Justin and to Kent. And now take it into yourself, knowing that that love, the way you're able to send it is because it is not only in you, it is you. Before you close your eyes, I want to teach you a technique. It's called havening, and it's gotten a lot of traction in psychology today, that it actually increases endorphins and helps calm anxiety. And I've been using it. A friend of mine who's a psychologist taught it to me a couple months ago. And it's just this. Put your arms right here. And now just gently on your up and down your upper arms. Soothe yourself. And then it's most effective if you keep doing it for about 5 minutes. And if you also say an affirmation. I live as love today because love is who I am. I live as love today because love is who I am. I live as love today because love is who I am. So feel free to keep doing that if it feels good to you. And maybe close your eyes. And know that if you're ever longing for a hug, you can give yourself one. And when that voice in your head says, yeah, that's not real, oh, tell it, you can. Thank you for your opinion. But I disagree. My love for myself is real love. My hug for myself is a real hug. And the more I love myself, the more I attract love to me. And so, just for a moment, meditate on this thought. It's okay for me to love myself. There might be a part of you that doesn't know that. Maybe you didn't get love. Maybe you were taught that love is for other people and not for yourself. And so first, let's give ourselves full permission. It's okay for me to love myself. It's right and good for me to love myself. It is my purpose on this earth to love myself so much that that love overflows onto others. Not that others are more important, but that once you get started with love, there's no end to the love. You can't make anyone else love you, but if you love, catch it from you. I love myself today. I will watch out for the voices inside my head that would falsify that. And I greet them with gentleness, not with enmity or contempt, with compassion. Oh, you learned that somewhere. And it's not true. The truth is, I am worthy of love because I am a being of love. That's who I am. I am a being of love. That's who I am. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And so it is. Amen.